Unmani shares on how to be whole in a polarised world.
So it came to me to explore today about the theme of polarity or duality. And this seems a really relevant theme considering our world at the moment. How much polarity there is at the moment. I mean, there always is about various subjects and themes that are happening, but in particular at the moment, whether it's about whether you choose to have the vaccine or not the vaccine, or you agree with the left or right, thank you, or a million other subjects. These are all opinions, right? Mental positions. That we look to find ourselves in. Who am I? Who am I when I take this position, when I stand in this place? If I'm for, let's take the vaccine subject, right? This is creating the most polarity at the moment. Whether I'm for the vaccine or against the vaccine, it's a mental position. We try to find what is right for me. Who am I if I take this stand? Do I find myself in this? Is this ultimately right? And when it's an opinion, we're never really going to find the ultimate right, because an opinion will always have an opposite opinion. And even if it's more than just an opinion, it can be a set of circumstances or a storyline or a belief system, even an idea of scientific proof or a religious conviction or a gut feeling. Whatever it is, we look to find ourselves in that. And especially with this vaccine story, we take a position against the other side. So if we take a stand in for or against, we look to the other side and stand in our position and then create this polarity between me and the other. My right, very self-righteous position, and the other that's obviously got it all wrong. That they're obviously different. And we are again and again creating a boundary, a separation. And we do this in a way very innocently, because we're trying to create a sense of safety, a sense of I know, and that conviction of I know can bring a sense of relaxation and safety when we really believe that this is what's true. We hang on to it for dear life. And of course in our world at the moment there's so much fear on both sides, on all sides. And when there's so much fear, this blinds us. Then we really don't know. We're really looking for safety, one way or the other. Looking for what is right, looking for what is true. And even in the so-called spiritual world, there is this polarity. People thinking that to be against the vaccine, for example, is more spiritual. But in fact, there is no mental position that is more or less spiritual. There's no position, there's no identity that is more right. What I'm pointing to here is what is beyond all positions, beyond polarity, beyond separation. That knows it all. And this isn't a cop-out, it isn't an excuse to not take a stand. You may find that you need to take a stand. For whatever reason, the circumstances in your human life, that a stand is necessary sometimes. But whether you go for or against whatever the subject is, you can still know that none of it means anything about who you are. You can feel the fear, you can feel the pull on either side. And you jump in whichever direction you jump. But who you are is aware of it all. It is aware of the play as if there are positions to take. As if there is a right and a wrong. A pro or an anti. And this is the only real position. But this is not a mental position. So we can perhaps on the spiritual path use this teaching as a way of, kind of copping out, like not taking a stand at all. Or waiting for existence to move me. Or a kind of passivity. You may find yourself being very active. But no matter how you find yourself, see that it's just a play. Because as soon as you're really identifying with one position over the other, you reinforce this idea of polarity and separation. And in the world, in this play of humanity, this is so painful. That we create these boundaries between each other based on an idea, actually founded in fear. Fear of not surviving, in fact. Fear of death. But no matter which position we take, we're going to die. There's no escape from that. And knowing that we're going to die, no matter what position we take, really confronting that and acknowledging that for yourself, this brings a lot of freedom. You know that whatever position you take, ultimately it doesn't matter. It has no fundamental meaning. It doesn't mean anything about who you are. It doesn't mean anything about life itself. Nothing is going to save you, in fact, no matter what mental position you take, no matter what movement you make in either direction, no matter what your gut feeling says even, no matter what you resonate with deeply. This is not going to save you. You must move how you must move. Right? It seems that we must all make a choice one way or the other in this play of humanity. But let's not reinforce this belief in separation and polarity. Let's not bring more fear and more meaning to it all, to every decision that we find ourselves making. There's far too much of all of that already in the world. And we can't necessarily, or probably can't, change the world. It is changing anyway. But we can feel into what is true for ourselves, and we must move in whatever direction that takes us. At the same time, knowing that it is a play, as if I'm moving anywhere, as if I'm choosing anything, as if I'm a human living this human life. It's heartbreaking to see what is happening in the world, to feel what is happening, and yet we must feel it. This is the only real way to know how to be, how to live, is to feel it all, to let it all in, to be moved, to be deeply touched by the whole of life, to be heartbroken, to let ourselves be completely broken, knowing that, in fact, who we are can never break. In each moment we risk it all in being alive. We risk death in each moment, in fact. And we must keep taking steps. Time keeps ticking. Time keeps moving us forward in this play of being someone. But when you know for yourself that it's just a play, that even time is just a play, the whole of this life is just a play, as if we're alive, then you're free You're always free to play anything, to be anyone, and to feel everything. And this is love. And love is your true nature, in fact. Love loves it all, feels it all, embraces it all. Unconditional love. It embraces all positions. It has no preference for one over the other. It knows that each one of all these humans is playing the path, walking the path that they must walk. That there is no right or wrong, or better or worse. That we can never find ourselves in taking any position or identity. In fact, we are empty. We are the blank screen, playing at being someone on it. We are silence, only pretending to be making noise. So we're only pretending to live in this play of duality. Who you are is always one, always whole. And truly there is no polarity.
It's so simple, it's bizarre. Love is who you really are. Love is freedom, love is truth, love is consciousness, it's you. You're not that old repertoire. There is nothing outside of love. There is only you. Everywhere you look, everything you touch, every experience, it is all a play in you.